Good evening, everyone. My name is Venetia. I will be discussing the 4 questions for the teacher's casebook, remembering the basics. And it states you have just graded the first large unit test of the year. About 2/3 of the students seem to have mastered the material and understood the key ideas. The other third, however, appear totally lost. Recall of basic vocabulary, in fact, seems to be the stumbling point for these students, slowing down their learning as they struggle to remember the basics. The basic knowledge is the foundation students must know before they can move on to more complicated work in the next unit. The critical thinking questions, there were 4 critical thinking questions. The first question stated, how could you help students retain and retrieve necessary information? I would do regular review sessions, connecting new information to existing knowledge, employing active learning techniques like summarizing and teaching the material to others, going over the material over and over and over again. Not too much, because sometimes I feel like going over the material too much can kind of make you forget. I know for myself, studying too much, going over the material too much is not good for me. But I would definitely go over it a few times to help them memorize it. The second question was, what are your options besides a rote memory approach? I said conceptual understanding through real world examples, and encouraging critical thinking and problem solving, using visual aids, which is a big one for me. I love visual aid, and graphic organizers, promoting discussions and collaborative learning. Question 3 asks, how would you use what the students already know to help them learn in better, more meaningful ways? To leverage existing knowledge. Begin lessons by activating prior knowledge through brainstorming and questioning. Make explicit connections between new concepts and what students already understand. Use analogies and metaphors to bridge the gap between the familiar and unfamiliar. Question 4 asks, how will these issues affect the grade levels you will teach? If a significant portion of students struggle with basic recall, it may be a necessity to adjust the curriculum a little. There might be a need to revisit foundational concepts. It could influence the pace of instruction, potentially require more time spent on review and reinforcement. Last but not least, grading criteria might need to be adapted to reflect the students' current level of understanding. And that's what I have. You guys have a wonderful evening. Thank you.